It is over, and it is time to prepare. It is very, very, very important for you to listen to these messages all the way through. And what I'm asking you to do is take the middle ground. Very, very important. What I mean by it's over is the old industrial era is dead. We're moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Industrial to technical, an old archaic banking system to a brand new banking system. And if you can pull yourself to the middle ground and understand at a deep level what is happening, the old regime is falling off. A brand new regime is coming in. And by 2030 and beyond, it's going to be absolutely unrecognizable. The hardest part you're going to experience is being patient, being non-emotional, and being stoic. If you can be patient, non-emotional, and see what is actually happening right here. 2009, Bitcoin was created, which they told us for years it's fraudulent, it's used for money laundering. And the very people that told us are now using it as a flight to quality, a flight to safety, as your turbulent financial system comes to fruition. Now, let me explain that. It's going to be bumpy as we transition through this. You have to take the middle ground. As we wake up today, the Pope passes, Klaus Schwab steps down. Okay. Again, I love everybody. I pray for his family. I pray for everybody who is hurting right now. The Pope passing, Klaus Schwab stepping down, everything is changing. Everything will be different. So, what I hope to do in this channel is to keep you calm. And what we've done through this process is we become millionaires within the asset of crypto, and we become millionaires outside of crypto by understanding this is just a wave of energy. It's nothing new under the sun. This stuff happens over and over again in humanity. And one thing that is constant, and Miramata Musashi teaches you this, is change. And if you can't be fluid like water and you can't adapt to change, you're going to be stuck in this old paradigm. So let me explain to you what is happening. Okay, remember Trump told us we're going to be on an even playing field monetarily. Let me bring you back on the screen a little bit. I want to talk to you guys. Trump told us we're going to be on an even playing field monetarily 7 years ago. Okay, he said it's going to be an even playing field. What Trump is going to do, he is going to weaken the dollar to create fair global trade. You're seeing a transition from a dominant system to a cooperative system. I promise you, you'll come back to this video and understand this. It's going to be cooperative. There's going to be lack of borders, not physical borders, not people coming across the border, lack of physical borders financially. Everybody's going to have access to the financial system, and it's going to be who is actually good at running their country, at production, at understanding how to run an ecosystem. You guys all have access to the system now, but most people are going to come in when adoption happens. Okay, so this is the narrative that's happening right now. Is we got Jerome Powell holding the line, the old regime holding the line. I'm not lowering interest rates. I'm fighting this. But what's going to happen is they are going to lower interest rates. Okay, it is going to cause a liquidity pump. With a liquidity pump, our assets are going to go through the roof. Now, what we need to do is we need to prepare like we did from 2020 to 2022, going into 2023, when we saw they were printing more money than in history. Economically, we don't get taught this. We have to learn this ourselves. That means there's going to be hyperinflation. They inflated the economy 19%. Okay. Assets went through the roof, and then that inflation came collapsing down. And now we're going through this cycle again. So there's going to be a global trading war, right? He's going to bring jobs into America. He's going to weaken the dollar. It's going to pump money into cryptocurrency, gold, silver, okay, assets, okay, deflationary assets. And they're going to start to collapse the inflationary system. You can't keep printing money. So I want you guys to take a whole different view of this. And if you're patient and you're persistent and you're calm and you're in the middle ground, you're going to do very well. So I'm sorry, that was a bigger intro there, but it's very important that we understand this, because if you're price sensitive, you're going to get wrecked. We want volatility. That's where you get rich in this asset class. Okay. As regulation comes in, that volatility is going to get sucked out. So take a deep breath. Hold on for the ride. Okay. So first thing, Trump renews call for interest rate cut. says rates would be lower if Fed Jerome Powell understood what he was doing. So now he's causing a battle with the Federal Reserve. Remember, the Federal Reserve is not federal, nor is it reserve. So let's listen to it from his mouth.
On Jerome Powell, you said that the termination of Jerome Powell cannot come fast enough. He says he won't leave it, even if you ask him to.
Oh, he'll leave. If I ask him to, he'll be out of there. But I don't think he's doing the job. He's too late, always too late, a little slow, and I'm not happy with him. I let him know it, and if I want him out, he'll be out of there real fast, believe me. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. So if he wants him out, he'll get him out. And so now then we got Elizabeth Warren piping up. Okay. Elizabeth Warren said if Donald Trump fires Fed Jerome Powell, he will crash our markets and cause more economic pain for America. What I want you to do is, this is called inversion. Okay. This is the inversion thing. Jesus came and inverted everything. Remember, Jesus Christ came and inverted everything. Slap me, that remembers eye for an eye, then it was slap me on one cheek, I'll let you slap me on the other. Sue me for my shirt, I'll give you my jacket. He inverted everything. What she says, I want you to invert everything backwards. Put the word I in front of it. Okay, listen to what she says.
If Chairman Powell can be fired by the President of the United States, it will crash the markets in the United States.
We are crashing the markets in the United States.
Infrastructure that keeps this stock market strong, and therefore a big part of our economy strong, and therefore a big part of the world economy strong, is the idea that the big pieces move independent of the politics. That
the big pieces move independent of politics. No, the financial markets move dependent on politics. We're switching from politicians running the country to a businessman. He has self-interest, but it's a businessman running the country.
Somebody is making her best decisions economically and independently. We understand that if the New York Stock Exchange, if interest rates in the United States are subject to a president who just wants to wave his magic wand, this doesn't distinguish us then from any other two-bit dictatorship around the world, where everyone knows what your big investment risk is. Will that dictator wake up in the morning and have a tummy ache and decide to cause this problem or favor that friend? That's why we need to strengthen the infrastructure.
But I know you're
favor that friend. Go look at how much these politicians are making. Okay. Now, this is my favorite economist, Ray Dalio. Listen to what he has to say. This is really important that you understand Ray Dalio's changing world order.
I think that right now we are at a decision-making point and very close to a recession. And I'm worried about something worse than a recession if this isn't handled well. A recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP, and whether it goes slightly there, we always have those things. We have something that's much more profound. We have a breaking down of the monetary order. We are going to change the monetary order.
Very important. They're changing the monetary order. Remember, what we're invested in is that new infrastructure of it. It's going to take a while, family. Prepare.
Because we cannot spend the amounts of money, so we have that problem. And when we talk about the dollar and we talk about tariffs, we have that. We are having profound changes in our domestic order, how ruling is existing, and we're having profound changes in the world order. Such times are very much like the 1930s. I've studied history, and this repeats over and over again. So if you take tariffs, if you take debt, if you take the rising power challenging the existing power, if you take those factors and look at the factors, those changes in the orders, the systems, are very, very disruptive. How that's handled could produce something that is much worse than a recession.
Boom.
I think.
Okay, the changing world order. Now, why do you think that all of a sudden Ray Dalio was like, yes, Bitcoin. Larry Fink, yes, Bitcoin. Trump, yes, Bitcoin. Why do you think Trump mentioned XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, ADA? Infrastructural changes, digital gold, faster payments, infrastructure. Okay. You have to get out of the short term. I'm trying to get rich quick. There is no get rich quick. It doesn't exist. You have to learn what this is. So look at this. Which one is a Ponzi scheme, guys? Unlimited supply, not backed by anything, the US dollar, centrally controlled. This is what Elizabeth Warren has been wanting to protect here. Okay. And she tells you that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are fraud. That's a fixed supply backed by energy. No one can control it. They know, and Trump knew at a very deep level, that we were going to be on an even playing field monetarily before we knew it. That's why he flipped the script, came back, and ran on basically being the crypto capital of the world. The system has to change. It's here. Okay. Why did Klaus Schwab step down immediately this weekend? Interesting, right? Klaus Schwab created the World Economic Forum in 1971. At the same time, Nixon detached from the gold standard. The reason why they detached from the gold standard is they didn't have our gold. And what they've done since 1971 is they had a free checkbook that could just write checks with nothing backing it. And we caught the ball. So the unsuspecting public now doesn't understand we're going from an inflationary asset that makes you poor every single year to a deflationary asset. And it's going to make the wealth gap massive. The middle class and working class are storing their wealth in something that's 3% purchasing power. Okay. All economies are changing. This just isn't America. This is much deeper than us, guys. Klaus Schwab stepping down is much deeper than us. And if I can encourage you to get out of the get rich quick mindset, and I can encourage you to stop chasing green candles, to set a fund, first of all, you need to learn how to create cash flow. That's the first thing you need to do is you have to learn how to create cash flow. You don't need more crypto. You need to learn how to create cash flow. You need to learn how to transmute your 9-to-5 job paycheck into multiplying your money, richest man in Babylon. You don't need 2 cars. You don't need 2 car payments. You don't need a fancier house. You don't need a new car. You need to create cash flow. If you're the head of the household, get into a sales job. Create your own paycheck. And then when you create that paycheck, transmute it into different things like an appreciating asset that's volatile and you learn how to pull profits. I use cash value life insurance to secure, compound, and grow, and leverage to buy more assets. I'm using Bitcoin as my gold. I borrowed against my Bitcoin. I bought a general agency, an insurance agent, my own insurance agency, and I'm paying back the loan. I took tax-free. I put it into something that generates cash, and then I pay that off. My LTV goes up. And I have a cash generating asset over here. Now we're heading into real estate for tax liabilities. You have to learn the game. First thing you have to learn is cash flow. Okay. So the system is switching. If you can be patient for the next 6 years and cut back expenses, create cash flow, get a sales job, get something that you love that's going to create income, and then stuff that income into deflationary assets. Into things like insurance. Wealthy use insurance. We use insurance to get wealthy and to stay wealthy. These are things that have been hidden from us for a long time. And they're all right here in front of us. And we can all focus on that. It's going to be very, very distractive, though. Okay. So I'm back from Peru. Thank you guys for that time. I love you guys. Hopefully you saw my Friday video to reintroduce you to the community. I want to keep you safe as well. I want to show you this. I'm going to start showing this every time because there's just so many scam accounts. If you click down to below in the description, you'll see all these things. If you click in my bio, you'll click the link, you'll see all this, okay? These are the only things I have within my community, okay? I do not invest people's crypto. We don't have a trading platforms. QFS accounts are a scam, okay? I have a free book for you guys. It's my guide, my 5 pillars of wealth, okay? I have the Coach JV Academy, okay? You can tap into that. It's education. It's not investments. It's not telling you what to invest in. It's teaching you how to fish. I have a live workshop with me personally. I get DMs all the time. Can we work with you, Coach JB? Yes, you can. I have my own insurance firm where we teach people cash value life insurance, indexing strategies, how to create tax-free wealth in the future. We can do retirement strategies. And so I have a whole team in all 50 states where I own my own firm to help you with those questions. Absolutely free consultation. Okay. And then the live workshop is a free consultation so you can learn deeper about our ecosystem. I created that customer service system so that you know that you're talking to us. We do not invest people's crypto. We'll never ask you to send us crypto. QFS accounts are a scam. Okay. We also have down below and in the description, you can set up a free exit plan with Merlin, or excuse me, you can learn how to do a free exit plan. Merlin's not free, but this is a free masterclass on learning how to do an exit plan. Okay. It's done hosted by Johnny Crypto. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'd love to have you in our ecosystem. We also have a free section within this YouTube channel where I'm sharing with you exactly what I do. I'm actually going to be going deeper into that. I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly what I do. I'm going to be unveiling everything on exactly how I built my system, what it looks like. Remember, I'll never tell you anything I'm not willing to do myself. So I love you guys. I appreciate you, as you always say, as we always say, and you always say too. Warriors, let's get your shit together. See you on the inside.